Hi, I'm Steve Thompson, president of Emery Thompson Machine and third-generation manufacturer of Emery Thompson Made in the USA batch freezers. I've been working for the past few months developing something for you called sugar-free Italian ice or sugar-free sorbet. It's been done before, but not anything like this. Sugar-free Italian ice in the past has meant taking out the cane sugar or agave or any of the other types of sugar there are, honey, and substituting it with a horrible chemical called maltodextrin. I can hardly pronounce it. It is a modified food starch, and it has a very nasty habit of, if you eat more than about 4 or 5 ounces of it, it'll give you severe diarrhea. That's not good for your customers. It's not good for your profit margins. To be having a product out there that's going to make people sick. So this was always a conundrum for making a sugar-free Italian ice. I used to tell people, well, you're in the frozen dessert business, you're selling a treat, just like a pastry shop. Ignore these people. Well, you can't ignore a large segment of people who want to try to get sugar out of their diet. Look at the keto people, the keto diet people. They don't want sugar in there, and what I'm going to make today is keto-friendly. You've got diabetics like myself, type 1 diabetic, who has to keep as much sugar out of my diet as possible. I'd like to really see a good tasting sugar-free product. You have elderly people who like to reduce the amount of sugar. I always get a chuckle thinking about my father-in-law, who was a New York City police officer, and he liked his Breyer's no sugar added ice cream, to which he would then open up a jar of Smucker's butterscotch and pour practically the whole jar on top of it, thus defeating the purpose of the no sugar added. But that's your market, and it's a big one, and it's growing. Now, let's recap where we've been. Over the past couple of months, I started with a sugar-free lemon ice, went on to a sugar-free chocolate ice using Forbes chocolate. I did raspberry ice a couple of weeks ago, and now we're going to do blueberry. So all of these products, the keto diet allows a certain amount of berries in your keto diet, so this falls right within it. So there alone is a large market. The product is going to be water, a sweetener that is all natural, completely all natural. It's known as rare fruits, and that's going to go in, and the blueberries, and that's it. Nothing else. No stabilizers, no chemicals, nothing. Just these 3 ingredients as you see them. So I've got my water measured out. Here's my sweetener going in. This is so simple. I'm going to just stir that up a bit. You might ask, why can't I use, say, stevia or Truvia or Splenda? They work in baking as a sweetener, but they don't have any freezing properties. So if you use them in a product like this, in an Emery Thompson batch freezer, it's going to freeze to the walls of the machine. This product runs perfectly. Okay, let's pour that in. I'm going to use the Emery Thompson CB350, which makes between 6 quarts and 6 liters per batch. I've made sure that it's already sanitized, and in we go. We've been manufacturing these machines, as I mentioned, for 116 years. Here in the United States, we were in the Bronx, New York, for 100 years until I sold the building to the New York Yankees to become a new parking garage. Now we're down in Florida. We've been here 16 years. We started with 1 factory. Now we've got 3 factories. Our machines are all made in the USA. All our supply lines are USA, meaning that unlike all the other companies who are Italian-based and use a lot of Chinese parts, we don't have supply line problems. It has the infinite overrun control, something I invented 22 years ago, and this is the latest version. I'm going to go to pick my product, which is it's giving me a different list here, And so I'm going to say sorbet, sorbetto, and start. Now it's at the speed that I want to run this product. Here are my blueberries. I bought frozen blueberries because blueberries are only fresh at one time a year, pretty much right about now. And what happens if I want to make this in the middle of January? I wouldn't have them available. But these were fresh picked at the height of their freshness and bagged. And there's no sugars in here. There's no syrups of any kind, just the fruit. Now, these happen to be Dole Company, you know, Dole Pineapple. You don't need to buy Dole Pineapple or any other major brand to make this product. If you were going to put the finished product, if you were going to use these blueberries, let's say, and you were going to serve them to guests tonight for dinner, you might put them in something like this, and you want the blueberries to be attractive. But I'm not caring about attractive, I'm caring about flavor. And since I'm going to put them into the machine, they don't have to be gorgeous looking, so I can use the store brand. Down here in Florida, Publix is our big market, so I buy Publix brand frozen blueberries. And again, this is so simple. There's a lot of, we're probably responsible for about 92% of all the Italian ice in the world, and nearly 100% in the United States. And the funny thing is, I teach someone how to make ices. They use any of my free formulas from EmeryThompson.com. There's 405 of them. This will be number 406. And I give you the formula. I teach you how to make it. And from there, it's very simple. You'll modify it. The sugar-water ratio is going to stay pretty much the same, but you'll modify it as far as the flavoring. You wouldn't believe how many people I go to visit a month later, and they're with friends, and I say, well, how's the ice working out? And they go, oh, Steve, it's wonderful. It comes from my great-great-grandfather from Genoa, Italy. He brought over the recipe. It's secret. We've passed it down from generation to generation. I'm going, yeah, right. I taught you, and I'm just some guy from New Rochelle, New York, who's never been to Genoa, Italy. So we're going to now turn on the refrigeration, and that's freezing. I'm going to set a simple timer to give me an idea of how long that's going to be. And that's it. That's all that's in here. If you'd like this recipe and the others, all you have to do is write me to Steve, S-T-E-V-E, at Emery, E-M-E-R-Y, Thompson, Thompson.com. Steve at EmeryThompson.com. I'll be happy to give you the formula. The reason I'm doing it this way, and the reason I'm not showing what the sweetener is because I have designed this product and my business to be for the individual ma and pa entrepreneur. I want to see you be successful in business. I have no interest in making major corporations more money by them finding out what this formula is. So if you want to write me personally, Steve at EmeryThompson.com, I'll give you this formula, I'll give you all the other formulas, and I hope you make a lot of money with it. And when it comes to looking for a batch freezer, we are #1 in the world. We sell more than anyone in the world, and they're all handmade right here in the USA. That said, we're going to let this run for a few minutes, and we'll be coming back to you. Here we go. This has been running for, oh, by the way, I didn't need the timer anymore. We have now introduced a timer into the machine. So let's see. We've been running 15 minutes, which is 1 minute longer than if we used cane sugar, so that's pretty good. I'm going to turn off the refrigeration switch, and here we go. Now watch how fast this comes out. Only an Emery Thompson can do this. That is beautiful. Lots of chunks of blueberry. Wow. Take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We'll taste that in a minute. The other thing about this product is it freezes and it serves at a colder temperature than normal Italian ice. So if you're doing ice cream, dairy ice cream, you could also have this in the same cabinet as your dairy ice cream. No problem whatsoever. In the past, in order to do that, you had to throw in a lot of chemicals into your Italian ice to get it to freeze at the same temperature. So that's it. We got out about 7 quarts. So let's see what we have here. In New York, we use a squeeze cup. That's known as a pleated water cup. Lots of blueberry pieces. So let's see how that is. Oh, that's perfect. That is really good. I like that. Now, I've written an article called Cups versus Cones, in which I talk about putting products into a cup, ice cream mainly, so that the handling of it is less. These are made by Gelato Supply, gelatosupply.com, and if you use the code Emery Thompson, all run together, E-M-E-R-Y Thompson, they're going to give you a 10% discount on these. I think the presentation is everything. If you write me at steve@emerythompson.com, I can also send you the article I just wrote about cups versus cones. Also, our phone number is area code 718-588-7300. Yes, it's a New York number. We kept the New York number. It's kind of fun to hear this. We kept the New York number because people only need to buy parts for the machines every few years, not every few months like everyone else. And we were afraid that people would forget that we moved out of New York, so we kept the 718-588-7300. If you want to triple the price of this product, you could serve it in a fine restaurant like that, sell it for $7, and call it a fresh fruit sorbet. So if you'd like to know about Emery Thompson batch freezers, we come in a lot of different sizes. 1 quart that you can't see, they're all finished capacity. 1 quart, 3 quarts, 6 quarts, 12 quarts, 24 quarts, and we don't have it here, the 44 quart. So thank you very much for watching. And Sammy, Coco, come here. Come on, girls. Come on, Sammy. What's that? Here you go. Can you sit nicely? Good girl. Coco. Coco's running away. Coco is another golden retriever. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a sweet girl. We'll see you again.